are back. This is Football 101. Yes, I am the Beetle, and this is Football 101. We are officially back during NFL Week 3. And this is a new feature from Football 101 and your host, the Beetle, of course. Your host, the Beetle. This is a new show that I said I've got to put this together. These are my game balls. I'm giving out game balls for week number 3. That is, after each and every week, certain weeks, I will give out game balls to key players, certain teams, because they performed better than expected. That's right, they surprised us during the week. And there were a lot of surprises during week number 3 in the NFL. When people getting physical, this is when you start to get your first set of your stride in the NFL. This is just the first quarter of the NFL games of all going to 17 games, of course, but this is the first set of games that we should have to pay attention to, and I waited purposely for week number 3 to give you some game balls from, matter of fact, for next broadcast, I'm going to have to bring in a football, obviously. next broadcast, I'm going to bring in a football because the Beetle, we still bringing it hard and tough in your face. So please like and subscribe. We haven't gone anywhere. We still here. I'm doing some makeshift stuff in my studio, but I'm going to give you some game balls from some fantastic games. Fantastic games. Like the Cleveland Browns versus the Bears, like the Chargers versus Chiefs, like the Broncos versus Jets, like the Cardinals versus Jaguars, like the Saints versus Patriots, like the Seahawks versus the Vikings, like the Dolphins versus the Raiders, like the Packers versus the 49ers, like the Ravens versus the Lions, like the Bengals versus Steelers, and of course, the Bucks versus the Rams. So, here we go. Game balls. I'm going to keep this short and just bring in some highlights. Not go through all the game reviews, but give you some highlights. First game. Game ball goes to, in the Cleveland Browns versus the Bears. Cleveland wins 26-6, and the game ball goes to Odell Beckham Jr. Kareem Hunt, running back, and Myles Garrett in that Cleveland defense. Myles Garrett in the Cleveland defense got 6 sacks. 6 sacks against Fields. He struggled. The quarterback for the Bears, his first start, I felt sorry for him, from Ohio State. He struggled. He looked like a rookie. He got his start, but Jason Garrett and the boys, and Jason Garrett said he wants to be MVP, and they showed out. They balled out. The Brownies defense against Fields, and the Bears look bad, and the Brownies look great. So game ball goes to the Browns defense. Game ball goes to Kareem Hunt, running in between the tackle, making all kind of moves. He runs great inside the tackles, and then give it up to Odell Beckham Jr., his first game back, catching all types of balls. So game balls to Odell Beckham Jr., Kareem Hunt, and Myles Garrett in the Cleveland Bears game. Next game, yes, the Broncos versus the Jets. It was a blowout, 26-0, with the Broncos just manhandling the Jets. So I give game balls to Teddy B. Got to give it to Teddy B. and give it to the running back Ingram, as well as the Broncos defense just handling and confusing Zach Wilson all day long. The Broncos playing within their system, within their skill sets, and Teddy B is just looking too good. And their defense is very solid. And again, they have a strong defense. They really play a controlled offense, but Teddy B is making the plays. And, you kind of feel for Zach Wilson because the offensive coordinator is not helping Zach Wilson at all. He's just confused. He's late on his throws. It's just poor play calling for Zach Wilson and the Jets, and they look bad against the Broncos and Teddy B. They just use more experience. So, again, game ball goes to Teddy B. Ingram, the running back, and the Broncos defense. Next game, Cardinals versus Jaguars. Cardinals versus Jaguars. Yes, Cardinals win 31-19, but this was really a much better game for the Jaguars. Yes, and for Trevor Lawrence looking really good the first half. And quite frankly, they were winning 19-10 in the third quarter, and they actually missed several extra points. So I give a little slight half of a game ball to Trevor Lawrence in the first half, but then they got too cute. They got too cute doing all these trick plays, and that's when the interceptions happened on the flea flicker, and it went straight downhill. Kyler Murray gets a game ball. Game ball connects with AJ Green. AJ Green gets a game ball, and let me give it to Connor, the running back, formerly of the Pittsburgh. I think he got a couple of touchdowns, but he was running effective. He runs high. And let me give a game ball to that special 104-yard kick return by the Jaguars. They got a touchdown when the Cardinals are trying a long field goal, and the brother ran it for 104 yards back. So a game ball to the brother who run it for, I don't know his name, but the Cardinals won 31-19. Again, game ball to Kyler Murray, AJ Green, and really half a game ball to Trevor Lawrence, and particularly the brother who ran for the Jaguars. Jaguars played better, so give him half a game ball. So that was 31-19 Jaguars. Next game, Saints versus Patriots. Saints versus Patriots. And 28-13. Saints win 28-13. Game ball goes to Jameson Winston. And let me give Alvin Kamara, come on. He was just fluid in his running. And let me give it to that defense of the Saints. Saints put so much pressure on little rookie Mac Jones. Mac Jones looked so rushed by the end. Did you see the picture of Mac Jones? Now, I feel for the rookie. Yeah, he's come in. He throws tight. He throws short. He throws confidence. But he's a little bit slow in the pocket. Put a little pressure on him. And you know the Saints head coach was going to dial it up again, dial it up. And by the end, Mac Jones was frustrated, and he just had his hands on his head on the sideline, saying, "What the world is coming to?" So the game ball really goes to Alvin Kamara and that Saints defense. I'm sorry, Patriot fan. The Mac Jones is just looking. He's like a little kid, frustrated on the sideline. Did you see it? Oh, the woes of being in the NFL. It's not college. You're not in Bama. You're not in the SEC anymore. You're in the NFL. That's right. You are in the NFL, Mac Jones. So wake up. Yeah, it's all. You have a bright future, no doubt. But right now, as a rookie in your third game, they just dialed it up on you. They just dialed it up on you. So, yeah, give game balls to the Saints on that bad boy. Yeah, the magic comes back, baby. This is the real deal. This is the NFL. You got to get real. So, next, let me go on. Next, game ball, Seahawks versus Vikings. Seahawks lose 17-30. 17-30. Vikings win 30-17. And give game ball to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. He elevated did you see the zip on his ball? He's throwing the ball with zip. He's getting it there on the money. I was surprised. Kirk Cousins not my greatest. I'm not the biggest fan of Kirk Cousins. I'm not the biggest fan, but he showed me something in that game. He took it to Russell Wilson. Now, Russell Wilson was trying to connecting well with Metcalf, but the offensive stalled. Other than Carson running, they stagnated. And that Vikings defense stopped Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins, and along with Jefferson and Thielen on offense, they outperformed the Seahawks. So I give them a game ball to Kirk Cousins and that offense and that stellar defense of the Vikings. So there you go. Vikings win 30-17. Next game, Dolphins versus Raiders actually went in overtime, and the Raiders are now 3-0, 3-0. And the Dolphins, let me just say, looking at that game, the Dolphins defense was really good. And starting for the Dolphins was Jacoby Brissett, backup to Tua, who's hurt with ribs, but Brissett really played well. The defense for the Dolphins played well. They took it to the Raiders. And then the Raiders had to win at the very end of the game with a field goal, 31-28. The Raiders get their win. They are 3-0, and they are on the top of their AFC Western Division. Can you believe it? And then let me get to the Packers, the next game. Packers versus 49ers. What was it? Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Mr. Relax, just relax. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, the Packers pulled out a win, 30-28 over the 49ers. But let me just say, yes, Rodgers, there's Rodgers. He's going to be Rodgers. But the thing was, the 49ers brought their A game as well. And Garoppolo looked great. He looked great. They really did. It's just that the 49ers defense, got soft and allowed Rodgers to score on that last drive, which was ridiculous. He only had a few seconds, but he managed to go, 50, 60 yards on just a few seconds left in the game. And they kick a field goal, and the Packers win. So now they're 2-1. And again, I'm just going to say Rodgers did his deal, okay? But the 49ers really did look good. They got to shore up that defense if they want to go further. So game ball goes to, Aaron Rodgers. I'll give the game ball goes to Aaron Rodgers. But the half a game ball goes to the 49ers offense and Garoppolo. I give you props. Garoppolo, half a game ball goes to Garoppolo. And by the way, on the Dolphins-Raiders game, I give a game ball goes to Jacoby Brissett, as well as, of course, the Raiders defense and Carr. So then we move on to the Ravens versus the Lions. The Ravens won 19-17, and guess what? They won with the longest field goal kick in NFL history by Justin Tucker, who kicks a 66-yard field goal on the final play of the game. They win 19-17. That's right, 19-17 with seconds left, and Lamar Jackson, give me a game ball to, no, not Lamar, the Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker, the longest kick field goal in NFL history just happened yesterday. 66-yard field goal kick. That's the game ball to Justin Tucker and the Baltimore Ravens over the Lions. And let me give another game ball. Moving on to the Bengals. The Bengals versus the Steelers. I'm saving the other games for last. Hold on. The Bengals versus the Steelers. It's the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Steelers 24-10. That's right, beating the Steelers 24-10. Take that. Take that. I said it. Take that. I said that. I'm going down to the hood. Take that, Steelers. Take that, Steelers. Oh, it was so tough on the Steeler fans, thinking that the Steelers will manhandle the Bengals. And so, yes, I'm from Ohio. Yes, I'm from Cincy. It's about daggone time that the Bengals take on the Steelers. And that defense, a game ball goes to the Bengals defense. Game ball putting pressure on, my boy Ben Roethlisberger from Miami, Ohio. Yes, fellow Miami Red Hawk. But Ben was too pressured, and he's looking too old right there. And then what was so sad, probably the saddest part, on the very last play, the Steelers was trying to go for a first down. It was 4th and 10, and Ben throws a little dump-off pass to Najee Harris. Didn't get practically no yards. That was the final play of the game. Not going for a touchdown, but a little dump-off pass. The Steeler fans actually booed boo the Steelers offense. And look out, it might get ugly in Steeler country this year. It might get really ugly in the Steeler country in the AFC North because the Bengals took care of business. So now I'm going to go to the other two games, the big game, ball games. Chargers beat the Chiefs. That's right, the Chargers beat the Chiefs 30-24. Wow. NKC took down Mahomes, took down Patrick Mahomes, and it was Justin Herbert. Game ball goes to Justin Herbert and the Chargers defense. They came out smoking. That's right, Justin Herbert came out smoking. And they took care of business. They took a lead 14-0, and then the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes and the boys going to come back. They came back. They took the lead. But guess what? The Chargers took it and then got the ball last, second to last, almost last, and then scored. And then the defense took care of business. That's right. Took care of business. Put enough pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Threw an interception on the last play of the game. Chargers in a shocker against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are 1-2. 1-2 in the AFC West. They are last. Whoa, what a rip! The AFC champions are last in their division right now, 1-2. And I just heard on the wire just moments ago that they signed the brother who was been out of football for a couple of years, wide receiver. Oh, it's getting desperation time in Chief land. Oh, man. When I saw they signed this, the one brother who's been in and out of football for the past, 8-10 years, I said, what is going on in KC? So, again, game ball goes to Justin Herbert and the Chargers defense. And the last but not least, game of the week, it was the big hype Bucks versus Rams. That's right, Tampa Bay Bucks lost to the LA Rams. That's right, the champions of the Brady and the boys, they lost against the Rams. Deservingly so. They lost. The Rams had a great game plan. And, of course, Matthew Stafford looked great, hitting Cooper Kupp. They were on fire. They were ready. This was their Super Bowl. Like I said, every team is coming after them, coming after the champs. And this was the Rams Super Bowl. They put a lot of pressure. The problem with the Bucks is that they needed all weapons ready, and their defensive secondary was not together at all. They were blowing coverage right and left. So, again, Todd Bowles will have to make adjustments to that defensive secondary. They need to pick up another quality veteran defensive corner and another safety to help out because their back end is not doing well. And I'm waiting for the linebackers. Come on, I'm waiting for Shaq Barrett. I'm waiting for Devin White. I'm waiting for all of the linebackers, superstar linebackers, to step up and put pressure on because it's that defense. So, again, Brady and the boys, I give the game ball in that game goes to Matthew Stafford, ex-Detroit Lion, and Cooper Kupp. That's who I give the game ball. So, kudos to the Rams. It was their Super Bowl. They should feel good, but guess what? Like I said at the very beginning of this is just the first quarter of the season. Lots of adjustments will go on. So you get your game balls. Be happy you get your game balls for Football 101 right now. Great games, upset games. We got new champions in each division. And but it is a long season. So what I'm saying, basically saying, giving you the game balls, but let's not get overly hyped at this point in the season. Things do change, but I really like the change of guard, and it's going to go down to the wire by the end of this season. So stay tuned. More game balls to come perhaps each and every week. So there are my game balls. I give it up to the games, to the players, and the teams that really perform each and every week. This is the Beetle. This is Football 101, and we just bringing it to you. And this is our new show. game balls of the week. Stay tuned. We out.